The third type of Arnold light that we're going to be investigating is using geometry as a light source. So we can turn any piece of polygonal geometry into a light source. So if you had a neon sign with the modeled neon tube in your sign, you could turn that into a light source and it will radiate light from the geometry. To do this, we need to have an existing shape as our lighting device. So if I go to Create, Polygon Primitives, and create a simple torus. And now I'm going to scale this up a little bit and move it above my scene, not too big. So we can use this torus as a lighting device inside of Arnold. So now with this torus selected, I can turn this into a light. So if I go to Arnold, Lights, and I'm going to select Mesh Light. It's going to turn the mesh into a light. As soon as I turn this into a light, you'll notice the surface disappears, and all we see is the wireframe. So now it has been turned into a light. So now if I open up the Arnold renderer, just like the other lights we've used previously, you'll notice there's nothing showing up initially because the intensity needs to be adjusted. So with the torus selected, I'll select Control A, the attribute editor. Again, the intensity at default is set to 1. If I set it to the default 50,000, you'll immediately see the result of our light. Now we have a light hovering above our scene, which is the torus. And this is causing the lighting effect for our scene. If I move the torus around, you'll notice the lighting changes. Now you can go above 50,000. If I try perhaps 80,000, we can raise the intensity as well, or 100,000. Excuse me. So because we adjusted the anti-aliasing in the camera settings for the render settings in Arnold, we are taking a little bit longer to render, but we're getting much nicer, cleaner shadows. So that wraps up my discussion about Arnold Renderer and then using lights with the Arnold Renderer. So we covered introduction to the Maya lights and then having them properly work with Arnold. And then we went through 3 different types of Arnold lights, the 3 basic ones. There are a couple others, but I'm not going to go into these. These are a little more advanced, but these are the basic lighting effects that you can get with Arnold using the Arnold lights.